Welcome back to the channel. This video is about a couple of things. Number one, it's a love letter to this VIKTOS sling bag that I've had for about 3 years. And second, a little bit into off-body carry, pros and cons, some philosophy, and how it's benefited me. This video is not sponsored by VIKTOS. However, it does have a sponsor, and that is evokestudio.io, along with Codes of Anarchy. Quick backstory, I started with the P365 XL, tried to make a unicorn gun out of it, and ended up with a firearm never carry appendix. From there, I moved over to the P365 original, the OG, but after about 6 to 8 months, I started carrying it less and less every day. Now this bag works amazing for my day-to-day tasks around town, but it really shines when I'm on the road. Essentially, when I leave the house, all I need to do is grab my phone, grab this bag, and I'm pretty much good to go. And in regards to working in and around a vehicle is where this bag really shines. You can transition a bag from your back to your chest, operate everything as you normally would, all while maintaining that consistent deployment method. Once I'm in the car, or even if I want to get moving first, it's easy to take this bag off and put it in the seat beside me. I can reach over and retrieve that weapon. If I have a passenger with me, sometimes I will store it on the left side between my leg and the door. But it works great at the ATM. I need my wallet anyway, and that brings the bag right up to my chest. And of course, I have direct access to my firearm if I need it. Another area that's noteworthy is getting gas. So sitting at the gas pump, especially when traveling. Getting into this bag, I purchased the original one with my own money, and my fiance tried to steal it, so I purchased her one as a gift. Then my daughter came into town and she saw it and fell in love with it, so I got her one as well. This is the original one I purchased, and I've had it for about 3 years. It's been to the gun range with me. It's been to 12 to 13 different states, and this bag will hold up if it falls off the back of your motorcycle when going down the highway. Ask me how I know. Let's start out with the front compartment. If I sling the bag here, all my zippers that I have set up are facing upwards. So I guess that's pretty logical. Front compartment, I have a top zipper here, easy to access my wallet. And then moving to the back compartment where I have the uniquely marked zipper. If you go into the electrical department at your auto parts store or your hardware store, you can get some heat shrink and slide that tube over, and you hit it with a lighter and it will shrink up on it. Primary weapon access zipper with an extra long one like I did here, or even better yet, you could get it in red or yellow so that it stands out or distinguishes itself from the other zippers. Open that up, and from there, I can pull my weapon. I'm currently running the P365X. I upgraded the grip module to the same one as the Spectre Comp. I love that texture on there, and I have the 15 round magazine in there. Great little 15+1 package. And I do have a Kydex holster in here that slides into and locks right in there. I can still take this holster out. I did remove the weapon light, which means I added my handheld light in, and that is a stream light. I think it's the 500/250 option. So hit that once, it's 500. Double tap, it goes to a lower lumen. I have momentary, or I could click and lock it in. If I wanted to just have access to my flashlight or my keys, I can just open this halfway, and I've got a special Velcro belt kind of looped in there. My appendix carry holster hooks onto, so it locks in there. So if I pull the weapon, the holster stays in, the weapon removes, and it locks in wonderfully. And again, with no weapon light on the weapon, it's even tighter tolerances around the trigger guard for additional safety. If I did need to deploy my weapon, I just rip this apart, pull this out, and then I have access to drive my weapon into the fight. Offhand, if I needed to get a weapon after I drew the weapon, I could still do that while this is hanging on my chest. Do you want to be one of the cool kids? Well, of course you do. I'm going to help you out with that while saving you some money. I'm going to send you over to Codes of Anarchy, that's Codes with a K, for custom Cerakote and laser engraving done right. His Cerakote work and engravings are second to none, and I can't speak highly enough about him and his wife as people. U.S. business in Florida, firefighter, and a nurse. Doesn't get any better than that. Head over to the website, fill out the form, pick your service you need, and be sure at the bottom at the additional project details to put in, "The Gun Channel sent me and hook me up." And don't forget to say please. Submit that form and he'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, back to the video. Moving on to the storage compartment for your glasses. Padded. It's not a hard shell, but Nothing has ever got damaged when I put it in there. Now, a lot of people will stage their everyday carry, and yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I've got allergy medicine here, got a snack bar, more allergy stuff. It's allergy season. Some ear pro, a secondary flashlight, some liquid bandage, because who doesn't need that? Some Visine, so super tactical, super exciting. If I ever do need to travel in an area where it's just inconvenient or not legal, I will install this blade in the place of where the firearm went. It is actually a great weapon for me. I've spent 3 to 5 years training in some Kali systems, so I'm very proficient with this blade. But getting back on topic of this bag, and we have the top handle and the bottom handle. So easy to grab the bag and carry it multiple ways. If I were to carry it upside down, that gives me access to deploy my weapon. If I carry it right side up, I'll need to do something different. The shoulder strap attaches in the center on the top, which allows you to choose whether you're a lefty or a righty. And then in the center, it has strap can be removed. Well, I'll typically just pull it over my head and remove it that way. However, if you get hung up, you can just release the bag that way. And you're good to go. Okay, the pain point of this is this. By adjusting this as short as it will go, I wish it could go tighter sometimes. Now, I know if I had a pair of scissors and a sewing kit, I could easily go in and alter this. I reached out to VIKTOS to see if they wanted to prototype some of my ideas, and they got back to me via email, and they had me fill out an application for an affiliate program. So we'll see how that goes. I thought what would be cool, number one, is if they offered on their website a shorter strap, and then to level up from there would be pretty cool. Much like my rifle system, if I had an adjustable sling here where I could rapidly adjust it, maybe to level up from there is to have a partial elastic piece here where I can run the bag tight on my back, sling it around, and put enough force to defeat the strap. Let me show you that. As it stands right now, this strap is as tight as it'll go, and it's this loose. And when I pull the bag around to the front and deploy my weapon, it's the perfect length. If I were to tighten this bag up and run it tight, and to come around and pull it, it would be too tight and it would be really hard to access my weapon. So the best of both worlds would be deploy the weapon. I could train myself to loosen the strap, bring it around, get that bungee cord here. And when it came around and it's being too tight, I could drive the bag down, stretching the bungee system here and still access the weapon. They do have like little loops right here, if you guys can see that. So I like to tuck these little guys in there. So it makes it super obvious to me if I pick the bag up. It is a mirrored bag, so when it's not on your body, it can be confusing which side is left and right. So by tucking these zippers in this way, it's number one, obvious that this is the side I need to access in order to get to my weapon or flashlight. And number two, it's incredibly unlikely or almost impossible for this to come out and unzip itself. I can deploy this weapon in under 3 seconds super consistently. Usually I come in at a 2.7-ish. Since that draw time is easily double to an appendix carry draw time, I often train being mobile while getting my weapon out using this bag to use that extra time wisely, whether it's to find cover or to create additional space between me and the threat to give me more time to go through my choice matrix or just to simply be a moving target. I personally think the best way to carry is appendix for a ton of reasons. We won't get into all of those in this video. However, because of my job and my lifestyle, I was carrying my gun 10% of the time in appendix carry. So essentially I'm trading my 1 second deployment with an appendix carry with a gun I rarely carry, which is a gun I carry most of the time, with this off-body carry that I can deploy in under 3 seconds. And it does come with some other benefits. Now, there's a lot of bags in the market like this one, and I haven't tried most of them, so I won't comment on that. But I can speak very highly of this VIKTOS bag. It's a US company. It's very well thought out. It did come with some other components and parts when I bought the bag that I didn't show in this video that just came with it naturally. And its price point is incredible for how well it's made. It comes in at under one lobster. So if a lobster cost $100, this bag costs less than a lobster. So YouTube is a funny thing. It's like I can't say certain things or I'll get deleted or demonetized or completely shut down. So there are some words we can't say.
Do not speak his name. Voldemort. Voldemort.
But that's the world we live in right now at the moment. Speaking of which, if you wanted to find this, I recommend you Google it under VIKTOS, VIKTOS, and you will definitely see their website. This video made possible by Codes of Anarchy, which you probably already saw in the mid-roll. And for our main sponsor, we've got to thank EvokeStudio.io for all your photography and videography needs. There's not another business that I'm aware of that can create the production value that we create with such a small footprint. So you're definitely going to want to reach out to us. And we specialize in firearms related production. Speaking of which, we are the photographers and videographers for the Patriot Games. So find out more about that at thepatriotgames.us, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. My name is Mike. Welcome to the channel. We'll see you soon.
Close. Mom strength. Oh, that was just one hit. Come on. All right, let me get the girth into it.
Man, how hard do you seat your fucking mags?
If you made it this far into the video, thanks for having absolutely nothing better to do. I'm going to leave some sample footage here from our commercial work over the last few years. And if you or anybody you know needs photography or videography, please hit us up at evokestudio.io. Thanks.